from Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And it's a pretty good return here as they'll get this up to the 29. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And a look here now at their fourth-year quarterback.
And he was terrific in the opener, threw 3 touchdown passes, and make no mistake about it, he was eager to get right back out and do it again. So I think we'll see him try to test the secondary quite a bit as this game goes on.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now a give right side. Amos. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. So just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Amos. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Washington going to send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay right back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm time while preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
25 yards there on the catch and run.
1st and 10 on the 36-yard line.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. The Cowboys 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do them any favors. They gave them 2 road games right out of the gate. But the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. And forthcoming a field goal try for the Cowboys. This one from 35 yards away. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on first and second down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
And he will go down. The Cowboys sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
On first down, it's Blue. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, first and 10. He takes us down on the 3.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Try to set up a screen for Blue. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play develop, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there. Those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Offside, defense.
So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Looking to throw. North. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. North. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
So that drives 7 plays in length. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 68 yards.
It's a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him into a rhythm.
That's a gain of 4.
He'll look to throw. And this one finds McConkey. And he's going to have the Commanders first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7.
That's good for a Washington first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On first down, Amos. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a first and 10. They'll drop the throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Cowboys will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He's been perfect through the air, 9 of 9 so far, including that touchdown on the last drive. As his guys start again, first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. North. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
Gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 46-yard line.
They'll run up the middle here with Blue. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on second and 2. It's now third and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and sneak it here. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's fourth down.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Commanders' offense set to take over. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead. What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Second and 11. A short one there, caught by Likely. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up a third and 11 situation.
Leads to third and 11.
They'll set up to throw. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now a fair catch called for and taken here, and that'll set up his guys in great field position.
At the Commanders' 44-yard line.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. More muscle up front for this second and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They'll try and run again with Blue. A solid stiff arm. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds.
A gain of 31 yards. And the Cowboys first down.
On give. This is Blue. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but
You don't
down.
want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll go with the keeper. And he's going to have a Commander's first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Can't get away, and he's taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly.
And the Cowboys have recovered.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop. Handoff, Blue running right. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Operating from the gun. North. That's complete. Right around the 8. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And forthcoming, a field goal try for the Cowboys. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Under pressure, and they get to him again. There'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle and caught by McConkey. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I have no idea how many yards I had. Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He'll swing this out to Blue. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. North. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. They'll look to throw again. Drops it to Blue, complete. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Again, he'll drop to throw. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Back to throw again. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. Week 1 was full of surprises, full of intrigue, and a lot of firsts for the young players. What will Week 2 bring? Let's dive in. Our spin around the NFL starts now. It begins at MetLife Stadium. It's the Jets at home to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this is the Steelers quarterback, a 14-yard touchdown pass. The Steelers get a 2nd straight win to start the year as they get the tough road victory. Next up, Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida. Let's check in on the Jaguars as they host the Indianapolis Colts. And it's Rome Odunze. This, one of his 3 touchdowns in the first half. The Jags with the lead at the half in a battle of 1-0 teams. One last one to show you, and it's in Detroit. It's the Lions taking on the San Francisco 49ers. And this is the visitors' running back. Spots an opening, capitalizes on it, 15 yards for the touchdown. And time for one more look at the rest of the scores from around the National Football League. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I think the message...
The drive starts with a run by Blue. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. Second and 9 now. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. Only able to gain a couple there. Third and 7 now. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on third down. North. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They hand it off. It's Blue. He's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 30. Operating from the gun, North. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2. So from the 22 here, second and 2.
Brings up second and 2 at the 22.
Back to throw, North. He finds his man, complete. That's Norton. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
A 4-yard pickup
On the draw, here's Blue. And the nimble footwork gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. 76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Second and 1.
They go again with Blue. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Cowboys take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First possession of the second half now for Washington. Looking to put a drive together. They go play action here on first down. And he will go down. The Cowboys sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Right side, there's Likely with it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Looking to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Not good at all. Punted just 24 yards there. And that will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a 3rd time, and we sit now in the 3rd quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Open man is Osborne. From the 43, here's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a shotgun handoff. Blue. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Well, another drive coming up for this Washington offense. But the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise...
And the Cowboys are in great shape here.
Carter, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off play action. North. And he slings one that's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And they rush Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Drop for a loss of 7 on multiple defenders.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was a strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Back onto the field now, the Commanders' offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Back to throw here. His throw incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And a Washington.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring him second down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now third down and 6 to go.
Brings up third and 6.
Back to throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. Donovan Ezeraku picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Pardon my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Commander's first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long.
First down.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I certainly like the idea. You're down on their side of the field. Get your big play guy involved. That time, they put one up for him to see if he can pull it down in the end zone. But the coverage was good, and it winds up incomplete.
Slant route, and he's got Addison. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Brings up third and 2.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Complete to Likely. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 25-yard line.
15 yards. That's another.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wagner. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Will Anderson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
He'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They could not convert, and they turn it over. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. That's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game.
But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Looking to throw. North. Over the middle, complete. It's Norton. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd down and 12. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
2nd down and 6 now.
4 yards on the pick.
They'll look to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to it.
Nightmare of a game continues for this quarterback, brought down with the game already decided. This sack adds insult to injury for him. Multiple turnovers, down by multiple touchdowns, now dumped early in a drive in the final quarter.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. They'll set up to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
First down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Wagner. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1 and 1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now back to throw. On target to his man, Likely. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. Now right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. They'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And it is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. complete. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good, and it makes it 27-7 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And finishing that drive off was the touchdown grab by Isaiah Likely. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
The Cowboys offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Here's Blue. Down inside the 40. 2nd and 7.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Norton. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the 1 touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for the Cowboys, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to New England to take on the Patriots. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.